It's a concept that had sort of been bandied about in the community for a long time. And as a chamber, we're always looking at what are the threats to commerce in North Iowa. And certainly the demise of major retail stores like Yonkers and JCPenney's was one of the things that we had contemplated. What would happen to our mall if we lost a major anchor? And actually a dentist in our community had said, I wonder if a new arena would fit within the footprint of JCPenney. So he actually had an architect draw up the plan and saw that it pretty much would fit. As JCPenney announced its impending closure, pretty quickly people started to understand that we needed to repurpose our downtown mall, and that the answer was not to simply attract more retail.
It was 50,000 square feet that was just sitting vacant. Obviously, it's very difficult to recruit anchor stores, as retail has really struggled over the last decade. The community sought this repurposing, knowing that hockey is just a very central part of Mason City and North Iowa. And so this partnership bloomed between the chamber, various hockey organizations, the city, and Main Street, Mason City, to bring about the change in the River City Renaissance and the Mason City Arena. The city actually went through a referendum process when the arena was built, and it garnered over 70% support, which anybody who knows anything understands that 70% of the public supporting something is very difficult to achieve. And it was a fantastic day for Mason City when that was passed, and the efforts were made to reinvest in our downtown and rebuild it. I think that partnerships are really the most important part of any project like this.
If you make your tent big enough so that everyone can get underneath it, it helps to build momentum for a big project like this.
We signed the intent on a council meeting on December 4th, 2018. By February 2019, construction started happening in the old JCPenney site.
One of the things that we discovered was the fact that the rock was actually very close to the surface here and required us to go higher rather than lower. So we could not dig down as far as we had wanted to in the original planning, but you pivot, we move forward. We fortunately were able to make the design work with going a little bit higher, and that cost a little bit more to do that, but we were able to make it happen and work with our architects to really bring about an even more impressive arena from the outside. As you drive up, it has more impact because it's a little bit higher, and it functions basically the same as the original design.
So the look of the arena I can tell you, is one of the best looks in any arena in the state of Iowa. Our capacity for a hockey game is a little less than 2,200 people. For a concert, it's a little less than 4,400 people. And everything from the having the bowl seating, but to our open air suites, to our VIP club rooms, to our suite boxes. They fit all the major amenities that a large-scale arena has, a professional arena has in our 2,000 seat arena. You have a destination now to come downtown. Not saying that we didn't have that destination, but you have that, Friday, Saturday night when you have hockey games or a concert or a family event here at the Multipurpose Arena. You have that energy to bring people there. So what do people do? They go out to eat, they go shopping. If a kid has hockey practice, the parents will go actually into the mall.
Foot traffic for me, especially on the weekends, double, triple what it normally would be for a weekend. And naturally, you get them in, obviously I have to have something here that they're interested in buying, obviously, but the more foot traffic has also resulted in more sales as well.
January, February of last year, we were seeing 2,000 plus people in our stands packed for our minor league hockey team. It was great, and from that you saw the energy and the synergy just kind of go through downtown. You saw malls, the mall stores starting to open back up. You see new business starting to happen. And just looking out, since we signed the development agreement a couple years ago, we have a brand new housing complex downtown. We have brand new stores that didn't even consider our downtown, wanted to be part of that energy downtown. So it really has actually put a huge jolt in bringing back and revitalizing our downtown area.
The arena was actually under construction when myself and the other owner decided to start into a venue. We knew that the mall needed some revitalization. We thought that there was a need for a large venue sports bar in Mason City, and so we thought it was a great venture to go into.
People are looking at and saying, hey, how can we copy this? You know, we've had a number of cities and other number of municipalities, along with other private businesses, come to actually Mason City, ask our community leaders, ask our elected officials, how did you make this work? We want to mimic what your successes are.
But this was a huge investment. It was a huge undertaking to do the River City Renaissance and all the pieces of it, and it's created great benefits for our community.